None of them could say how it was they had returned to the skeleton town. Some had reached cross streets, where a single traffic light, long dead, hung down like a dark lantern. There they paused and stood dumbstruck, scarecrows standing out of place, their clothes lying loose and worn about scrawny bodies. Others slowly joined them, drifting in from the outskirts or disembarking from vehicles weighted down with transportable possessions. Then all of them gathered silently together on that vast, gray afternoon. They seemed too exhausted to speak, and for some time appeared not to recognize their location among the surrounding forms and spaces. Their eyes were fixed with an insomniac's stare, the stigma of both monumental fatigue and painful attentiveness to everything in sight. Their faces were narrow and ashen, a few specks mingling with the dusty surface of that day and seeking to hide themselves within its pale hours. Opposing them was the place they had abandoned and to which they had somehow returned. Only one had not gone with them. He had stayed in the skeleton town, and now they had come back to it, though none of them could say how or why this had happened. A tall, bearded man who wore a flat-brimmed hat looked up at the sky. Within the clouds was a great, seeping darkness, the overflow of the coming night, and of a blackness no one had ever seen. After a moment, the man said,
"It will be dark soon."
His words were almost whispered, and the effort of speaking appeared to take the last of his strength. But it was not simply a depleted vigor that kept him and the others from turning about and making a second exodus from the town. No one could say how far they had gone before they reversed their course and turned back toward the place which they believed themselves to have abandoned forever. They could not remember what juncture or dead end they had reached that aborted the evacuation. Part of that day was lost to them, certain images and experiences hidden away. They could feel these things closeted somewhere in their minds, even if they could not call them to memory. They were sure they had seen something they should not remember. And so, no one suggested that they set out again on the road that would take them from the town. Yet they could not accept staying in that place. A paralysis had seized them, that state of soul known to those who dwell on the highest plane of madness, aristocrats of insanity whose nightmares confront them on either side of sleep. Soon enough, the wrenching effect of this psychic immobility became far less tolerable than the prospect of simply giving up and staying in the town. Such was the case with at least one of these cataleptic puppets, a stick-like woman who said,
"We have no choice. He has stayed in his house."
Then another voice among them shouted,
"He has stayed too long."
A sudden wind moved through the streets, flapping the garments of the weary homecomers and swinging the traffic light that hung over their heads. For a moment, all the signals lit up in every direction, disturbing the deep gray twilight. The colors drenched the bricks of buildings and reflected in windows with a strange intensity. Then the traffic light was dark once more, its fit of transformation done. The man wearing a flat-brimmed hat spoke again, straining his whispery voice.
"We must meet together after we have rested."
As the crowd of thin bodies sluggishly dispersed, there was almost nothing spoken among them. An old woman shuffling along the sidewalk did not address anyone in particular when she said,
"Blessed is the seed that is planted forever in darkness."
Someone who had heard these words looked at the old woman and asked, "Mrs., what did you say?" but the old woman appeared genuinely confused to learn she had said anything at all.